This activity is based on the system that we used where we are looking at how far a number was from a multiple of 5, basically. And then what we can do is we can choose a triplet. So I'm going to go with orange and green and then work out what color that would make. That makes yellow. And then I've got to find a triplet that could work. So they're all here. So for example, I could use 11 plus 8, which makes 19. Not going to work as a triplet for the cards, of course, but this gives us an idea of what we can do with it. So, but for this, we need to find the cards as well. So let's see what I could do. I could choose 16, 18, and then what would that make? Well, that makes 34, and I can, so a lot of this will be kind of opportunities to do some adding up and using some of the tools. Now, ideally, something like 100 square or Dean's blocks would be good, just as a tool, so that more adding can happen. So you can do more addition, and we get more kind of experience or with kind of different kinds of adding. So yeah, using 100 square, for example, it doesn't matter how, even if it's just counting all the way along, will be fine. And noticing how far, what techniques are used is going to be important. All right, so anyway, that doesn't work as, this one doesn't work as a triplet. So, well, I could keep trying to find other things, or I could find another triplet. Let's try this. So, let's go with, so what could I do here? I could do 4, 2, and 6. That would be a good example. And so let's try that, because those I know are cards that we have. So I'm going to go with 4, 2, and 6. And once I've got some cards, once I've managed to get some cards in there are going to be some different possibilities I'm looking for. So in this case, we can see all 3 cards share at least 1 disc in common. They might share more than 1 disc, but in this case, they share 1 disc in common at least. So that's really good. And what would be good is you can take a picture of any examples of triplets that you find. And especially if you can put the blocks near them, that would be great. And then send that would be good. And really what we're looking for is, we're going to be looking for these things. So can you find a triplet for all of the color codes? So that's the color codes that we used in this activity, these color codes. So there are quite a few triplets for these color codes. Can we find one for all of these color codes? And that means, of course, finding all of these color codes. So that's another challenge, and not something that will be done in 1 week. It's just something that we can do and try and keep a record with, especially if it's like with photographs. And then what are the highest numbers you can find for each? So I found quite a low example of this triplet. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Are there higher ones that I can find? Are there higher number? Then what's the highest number card triplet we can find? So the one with the cards with the highest number, basically. And then how many cards or how many discs are there in common for all of the cards in the triplet? Yeah, so maybe no cards have any discs in common. Maybe 2 cards have discs in common and the third one doesn't. And maybe all 3 cards have a disc or some discs in common. Those are some of the things we can look for and see if we can find what we can find examples of, and maybe there's one of those that we can't find any examples of. So that's the idea. That's the idea behind this activity. Really just about a bit more practice with addition, and not about getting that right as such or noticing what needs to happen, but just seeing, giving time to experience addition and frustrations and ways around it and so on. And then it will hopefully, with time, this will build up the different connections between place value, adding single digits, and possibly some things to do with multiplication.